update here. Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle is back on Manchester City's transfer radar again. We was linked with him for a lot of last summer, but we didn't want to pay the fee that Newcastle wanted, which was 100 million. Destiny Udogie is on City's full-back list, but he's not the number one target, and it looks like Tottenham aren't willing to sell him. Personally, Udogie, I've never really understood the hype around him. And then also, the two midfielders we're looking at is Morgan Gibbs-White from Nottingham Forest and Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. And obviously, Xabi Alonso's been at the CFA today, which is obviously the City training ground. I don't know whether that's just to meet up with Pep and have a conversation with him, whether it's to discuss Wirtz, whether it's to discuss Ortega, because he's been linked with Bayer Leverkusen as well, whether it means that Xabi Alonso might be the next Manchester City manager once Pep Guardiola leaves after his contract runs out in 2027. And for me, Gibbs-White, he's not a City-level player. If he comes, it'd be another Nunes or Phillips type signing where they're not necessarily bad footballers, they're just not good enough for Manchester City Football Club. And they're not good enough players to get us to where we want to be, which is back for competing for league titles, competing for Champions Leagues, competing for FA Cups, competing for League Cups, competing on all four fronts. And for me, that Kobel's been been rumoured as well, the Dortmund keeper. For me, I think if you're getting a keeper in, you've got to get in Diego Costa from Porto, because he's good on the ball, he can save penalties, he's a good shot stopper. He'd tick all the boxes for me in terms of a keeper to come in if Ederson was to leave, or Ortega. But for me, if we can get the right offer for Ederson and Ortega, sell both and then get two new goalkeepers in, that's just my personal take. And Adam Wharton's been linked. For me, he's not good enough. He's not a bad footballer, in my personal opinion, but it's a bit of a similar situation to Gibbs-White, where he's a good footballer, but just not a good enough footballer to be a Manchester City starting midfielder, and that's what we want. We want world-class starting midfielders, because that's what we're really lacking, and that's what's cost us in the league this season, personally, because if Bruno Guimaraes signed last summer and Rodri got injured, we wouldn't have been in the situation where we was in, where we had like one win in like 13 games at one stage, where we beat Forest, but then we still went on a bad run, and we lost to Villa, we lost to Brighton away, got battered by Tottenham, got battered by Sporting, got beat by Liverpool at Anfield. But let me know in the comment section below, who would you sign for Manchester City in this summer rebuild and why? And if you disagree with me on some of my takes, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. It's great to hear different variety of thoughts from different supporters from all around the world. But thank you.